Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn what partnership is all about, all the features, merits, and limitations of partnership. Now, let's see what is a partnership form of business organization. Partnership is when two or more persons they bring their resources together, they bring up their assets together, and then they start running business, and they have a mutual relation amongst them. That is known as partnership. When you maintain a relation with one more individual or two more individuals, now that is known as partnership form of business organization. So in partnership you will find out that, like in sole proprietor, you had only one individual who was the owner of the business. He was known as the sole, means there is one single owner. But when we talk about partnership, then there will be as many owners as there will be number of partners. Like for example, let's say there are five different people, and now they have started their business organization. They have brought their personal resources for doing business. Now the number of partners will be five, so maximum 50 persons can come together to form a business organization. So maximum 50 partners can be there, though according to new law the number of partners have been increased to 200, but till now in your NCRT books the maximum number of partners are 50 only. So in partnership form of organization, two or more people they come up together to form a business. Now let us see what are the various features of partnership. Now first is the formation. Partnership, it's very easy to form a partnership. Now if I have an idea and I want to do a business, what I all need to form a partnership, I need a partner for myself, a person who agrees to invest in my business, who agrees to be my partner, to share risk, to take all profits with me. That is only that is needed. So if you find a person who's ready to invest money in your business idea, or you people two together, or five different people or 10 different people, we have an idea and we want to form a partnership, it is very easy. There are no such legal formalities that partners have to enter into. Just a mutual consent is needed, and we should be agreeing on certain terms and conditions, like who will be the working partner, who will take all the decisions, what will be their profit sharing ratio. So when that mutual consent is formed, then partnership is also formed. Even registration of partnership is not compulsory, but yes, if firms do get their partnership registered, then they are going to get certain benefits that we will talk about in my next lecture. So partnership is governed by Partnership Act 1932. So when you want to start a business partnership, minimum two people should come together. They will pool their resources for running a business organization. So that is the first feature. The second is what will be the liabilities of partner. Now see, when we had single owner, his liability was unlimited. Now we have many partners, it does not differ with their liability. All the partners will have unlimited liability here also. But in law, under the Partnership Act, we have limited liability partnership. If there are partners who don't want to put their personal assets to risk, they can enter into limited liability partnership. But then also at least one partner should have unlimited liability. So unless until mentioned, all the partners have unlimited liability, but there are certain exceptions where partners can have limited liability. But in that case it's also one partner will have unlimited liability. You cannot have a partnership where all the partners have limited liability. One will have unlimited liability. Then the third is risk. When you all are the owners of the business, and when you all are going to take the profits of the organization, then you all will be the risk bearer also. So in partnership, when all the partners they distribute the profits among themselves, then they distribute or they share the risk also, because the money that is invested, it is invested by everyone. So if there is any loss, it will be taken by all the partners. Then the next point is decision making and control. Usually it is found that in partnership, if this business organization exists because of the mutual trust that exists between the partners. So all the decisions are taken by partners with mutual consent. They talk to each other, then when they agree upon a mutual agreement, then they take that decision. So decision is usually taken by consulting each other, and it's a trust relationship. Basically, if I trust my partner and I give him authority, okay, you don't need to ask me if you want to do anything, then even without asking me, he can do it. So partnership is all about trust trust relationship. So decision is taken by mutual consent of all the partners. Then the next is continuity. So in sole proprietor, we had seen that the sole proprietorship lacked continuity. So is partnership. So in case any partner dies or he retires or is insolvent, your partnership comes to an end because the agreement that was between the partners is no longer in existence. So partnership lacks continuity because with the death of partner, retirement and insolvency, partnership comes to an end. Now let's talk about the membership. If you want to have a partnership form of organization, you need minimum 2 members and maximum 50 as per the law, though this limit has been extended to 100. Then the mutual agency. Now, when we talk about partnership, all the partners, they are agents of each other. Like for example, if I say that I'm a part of partnership organization where we are 10 partners, and I'm going to Delhi on behalf of my firm for attending a meeting, and there I have accepted a order and I have signed on something. Now when I went to Delhi, I am the agent of all the 9 other partners. So whatever decision I will take there, that decision will be binding on all the other partners. So when we talk about partnership, partners do work for each other. So if any one partner is taking any decision, that decision is binding on the firm, and all the partners will have to abide by it. Now let's see what are the merits and limitations of partnership form of organization. First merit is it's very easy to form and close. Whenever you feel like having a partnership form of organization, just with mutual consent you can form partnership, and whenever you feel like closing it down, just with mutual consent you can shut it down. So there are no legal formalities that a firm has to enter into. There is balanced decision making. So when you are taking any decision and there are many people who are giving their opinions on some topic or giving their opinions what is to be done, then you will have a balanced decision making because the views of many are put together. So there are chances that ultimately you will get the best result, or the best result is going to come out, or the best decision will be taken for the organization. Then when there are more partners, then there are more funds in the organization. Say for example you want more funds and there is a firm with 10 partners, you can add more partners. So whenever firm wants to expand, you can keep on adding partners in your firm, though your share is going to get reduced by that, but more funds you will find out. As in sole proprietorship, the funds were very limited, only the sole proprietor what he had could be invested. But here the number of partners, the more number of partners, the more funds your firm is going to get. There is the sharing of risk. This is also we have discussed that all the partners, they distribute their profits among themselves and they share the risk also because the capital is contributed jointly by all of them. Then is the secrecy. Obviously, partners are going to maintain the secret or the confidential information because if they will leak out the secrets, who at the end will be at loss? Partners themselves, because they have to share the risk, they have to share the loss. So usually you will find out that in partnership, because there is a mutual trust that is created, secrecy is maintained and the firm's secrets or confidential information is not leaked out. Then is the direct incentive. This is also a benefit because if a partner is going to work hard for the organization, his profits in the organization are going to increase. So there is a direct incentive that the partners get because they are the owner of the organization, and their decisions, their risk, their decisions and their efforts are always rewarded in the form of more profits. Now let us see what are the various limitations of partnership firm. The first limitation is unlimited liability. The liability of partners is unlimited. Even not only what they have invested, their personal assets are also at risk. So if a firm is not able to pay off the debts of the organization, then the personal assets of the partners can be attached for paying the firm debt. Then you have limited resources. Now the maximum number is 50 or 100. So there is a limit to what a fund firm can raise. It's not unlimited resources that you can get. Then this is the biggest limitation of partnership firm, that there are possibility of conflicts. Now when there are more number of partners, and there is always a difference of opinion when you are going to talk about decision making, there will be a difference of opinion amongst the partner, and when there is difference of opinion amongst the partner, there are chances of conflicts because when the mutual trust is not there, then the firm is not going to run for a longer period of time. The conflicts usually brings the firms to an end. Okay, then the next limitation is lack of continuity. This we have discussed that with the death or retirement or insolvency of any partner, firm comes to an end, so lack of continuity is there. Then lack of public confidence, because there is these because of these two, possibility of conflict and lack of continuity, usually you will find that people don't trust partnership firms in the organization, because they know that it may come to an end at any point of time. So if we talk about a lender, say a firm has applied for a loan from someone and that person says, god knows till when their mutual trust is going to last, when if I give them money, I have no surety when they will return, or they will return or not, or when their firm is going to end. So this is the reason why public usually do not trust firms. So these are the all the limitations of partnership form of business organization. So please prepare your notes on this topic, read it carefully and prepare your notes. Thank you.